What's going on, my tiddly bits? It's your man, the caveman here, and finally, finally got around to finishing up another Resident Evil custom. And if you're a fan, you know, big old Chris Boulder punching Redfield here.
Stars.
And I'm happy that I finally got it done. I know it's been months, and hey, shit happens, guys. You know, you gotta. We all have other things going on. I would love to make like a Resident Evil line, like that would be like a dream to make affordable Resident Evil figures. That'd be fucking awesome. Let me just say that. And I know there's much better customizers out there, but I think I do all right. Not to stroke myself or anything, but I think they come out pretty good. At least for what I'm going for, kind of a mix of classic and like modern, and well, let's get into it. So as I did the last time on my Barry review, I'll have the concept of what I was going for and also the parts and everything that I used. I try to keep it as uncomplicated as possible. As I've said before, I am no pro at this, but I try to keep it simple. So if you want to do it yourself, you can.
Thank you.
So here's the details right now. Paints are over here. What I usually use, I use a mixture of satin and matted for like fabric. You can see it's a little glossy, but it looks good. The skin texture works really well when you do that, because like matted is too kind of like dry looking, but it gives it a nice, well, I mean, look at the skin texture. Kind of almost, it looks like skin as, next to my skin, kind of, no?
Impressive!
Maybe not super perfect, but it looks good, I think. This patch on the arm right here, like I did with Barry, I have a Cricut that prints out these little stickers. I'm trying to get some glue to kind of gloss over it to get it to stay there. I have the same issue with the Barry, but it stays there. It looks good from now, from like a distance up on the shelf. So it's just like, yeah, anybody that sees this in the distance and they'll be like, oh, is that a Resident Evil figure? When did they start making those? Like when did that start happening? And you could just be like, oh, well, Caveman Customs started making these awesome, affordable Resident Evil figures, right?
How fortunate for you.
So, like I said, I try to keep it modern and classic at the same time. So I feel like it's close enough. I got the colors down and everything, details and everything. I already said the paint job and all that. So you can see all that stuff. Looks pretty good. I mean, and the mobility and everything on it's mostly G.I. Joe classified. All right, so let's just jump into that since I did just jump into it. The body is Tiger Force. I got the Tiger Force with the orange undershirt because it was cheaper. So this would have been a lot better if I didn't do that, because I would have gotten way more mobility out of them. Because the pants and everything wouldn't have mattered. Would have been really good, like, because they're gray and everything. So, and these were, like, I think black. So that would have worked out really well for much more mobility on him. You always want to do that when you're customizing. You want to get, like, a base body that doesn't move a lot on the joints and everything. I don't disassemble anything. So I know a lot of guys, like I said, way more advanced and into it than me. I just try to get it done, keep it as simple as possible. Make it look good to kind of bust out a few poses and look cool on the shelf. So anyway, Tiger Force. Got the one with the orange shirt. Wish I got the one with the white shirt, but way too expensive. I wasn't going to go nuts on this. And the head is from Marvel Legends Spider-Man Renew Your Vows. That's the Peter Parker head. And I thought it was like I seen that head and I'm like, I'm not going to use it for anything. So I was like, what can I use that for? And then it was just like,
come on,
Chris Redfield. That's what I'm going to use that for. So, the knife piece actually came from the Tiger Force guy as well. He had a ankle piece and I just trimmed it down and crazy glued it onto this vest. And the vest came from Shockwave. And Shockwave also has a green one. Again, I went with the cheaper options and I painted this, but it came out pretty good, I think. The colors look really good. And again, modern with the bullets here. I thought that gave it nice contrast. He's got the popped puffy collar like Chris had. So that was, like that's the thing about the Resident Evil characters, is they had their own individual kind of spin on the way they looked that gave them their own kind of identity. Their own personality, you know, is baked into the details. So that's about it for him. I did about the same amount of work on him that I did on the Barry custom. And you know what? Let's get Barry out here so we could see how the team's going so far.
Stars.
All right, hot damn. This makes me happy right here. As I was saying before with the kind of own personality and spin on it, you could see that they're different enough to look more like their own character instead of, because you could do the same generic stuff over on these guys. You could use the same parts and stuff, but I didn't want to do that. Resident Evil deserves proper treatment. It's such, like, it's been kind of butchered to shit. You know, I mean, I don't want to get into it, but everybody knows when they fuck up Resident Evil, they fuck up Resident Evil. You know what I mean? So you can see the Barry, he's a bit bigger, which Barry was a bit of a beefier guy as opposed to Chris. And they look really nice together. I'm still not done. I'm working on one more. Who would round out the group right now? I mean, it's kind of obvious. And I do have that Leon on the way from Limb Toys, which I'm very excited about to get a lot of those accessories that came with it. I'm super stoked for that typewriter and all the other the little herb to throw in there. I'm definitely gonna have a Resident Evil display going on at some point in time. But if it's any indication how long that's gonna take, you know, it did take me a while to do these guys. Hey, shit happens, guys. If you got any questions, please feel free to ask. I do my best to answer like at least 98% of my comments. Always feedback and everything. I do appreciate that. And yeah, guys, always on the lookout for cool stuff to bring to you. Always calls it how I sees it. And I'll catch you guys next time in the cave.